The following may contain offensive language, adult humor, and or content that some viewers may find offensive. The views and opinions expressed by any one speaker does not explicitly or necessarily reflect or represent those of Mark Radulich or W2M Network. Please listen with caution, or don't listen at all.
There'll be spectacle, there'll be fantasy, there'll be daring do and stuff like you would never see.
Be a movie. Yeah, we're gonna be a movie.
Starring everybody
And me. There'll be heroes bold, there'll be comedy, and a lot of fuss that ends for us real happily. Be a movie. We can watch it all develop. Starring everybody.
And me. We'll take the world and set it on its ear.
Come on, join in. We're gonna start right here.
2 nights in a row, Jesse. Are you sick of me yet?
No, I'm not. Do we have a third night?
You have a break tomorrow. I have a break tomorrow. Then you're back with Alexis. And then
I was going to say 3's pushing it. I'm just kidding.
No, actually tonight you and I are done. I'm done with you, Star Trek.
Oh, I'm done with you.
Till Sunday.
All right.
When the gang will all be back, and we'll be talking Paradise Lost, I think.
Paradise City.
Take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't Jesse please take me home? Oh,
Maybe all.
Yeah.
No, anyways.
We've been dancing with Jesse Starcher. He's been knocking. He won't leave me alone.
Oh, yeah.
Alone.
Good stuff.
All right. And that's an all for Mark and Jesse sing the King Guns N' Roses.
We'll do a medley here at the end of the show.
So Jesse, tonight we're talking movies.
3 of them.
I said I wanted to do a better job of watching the streaming movies this year, so this is another catch-up session. Hang on, we're getting requests now.
Oh, what's up, Zach? Zachary Strobel. Oh my god.
We're getting more requests. The next one is don't.
Oh, that's unfortunate because you're probably going to hear a lot more.
Jesse, I got your number. I want to make you mine. Jesse, don't change your number. 8675309.
Are you putting stuff together now? I don't think that's not how.
Well, that was Jenny 8675309.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right. You have.
Do you get it because your name
modified
is
it. Is that me?
Yeah.
That's me. Oh, hey, there's my name right there. Holy crap!
Yep.
Wow.
So tonight we are discussing Happy Gilmore 2, Heads of State, and the Thursday Murder Club. Oh my God. the comments are fast and furious tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This one, the Thursday Murder Club, was a lot of fun. Hope that Netflix turns it into a low-key franchise. No more franchise.
It's got that feel to it for sure.
Oh, it could absolutely be. Look at what happened with those Agatha Christie movies, like Murder on the Orient Express, and then I think another one. I think they was like they did less well as they went on. So
yeah.
I think one of these and then be done. Always leave them wanting more, and then never give it to them.
Never give it. That's the motto I live by. Turns out they never wanted any in the first place.
So I have an intro I'm going to read in just a second, but I'm curious. Had I not roped you into doing these, would you have watched one or more of these on your own with the Mindy? Would you have sat young Appalachia woman Mindy Aloysius Starcher down and be like, we will watch the streaming movies and you will be entertained by modern movies?
My wife sees us start a show and then sees me grab my phone and then looks over at me and goes, "Is this for a podcast?" And I said, "Yep," because I'm making my notes as I'm watching the shows. What's really interesting about this is the fact that I watched all 3 of these without prompting from you, except for Thursday Murder Club, where I had started it because my daughter had suggested it
Oh, okay.
just after you had scheduled the triple feature, which I didn't even look at to see what movies were on it. So I started the Thursday Murder Club, watched all of it, and I was like, oh yeah, shoot, I got this scheduled at some point. But yeah, Heads of State, I was really excited about because I saw a trailer for it on Prime, and I was like, this looks fun. Happy Gilmore 2 was definitely going to be watched at some point as a staple. In my house, we'd love the original, so the second one was something we definitely had to try and experience. So yeah, absolutely would have watched these movies by myself and did so before I even knew you had me roped in.
All righty. Well, folks, welcome to the triple feature. Yes, sir. That's Jesse. I'm Mark. Tonight, as we've been saying, we've got a lineup that runs the gamut from sequel nostalgia to political buddy comedy to prestige mystery. Happy Gilmore 2, Heads of State, and the Thursday Murder Club. Happy Gilmore 2 is Netflix's crown jewel comedy release of the season. Last year it was Beverly Hills Cop 4, Axel F. This year's Happy Gilmore 2. And it's directed by Craig Gillespie of I, Tonya fame. I, Tonya is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, you really need to. It's just absolutely brilliant movie. Bringing Adam Sandler back to the role that defined him. Streaming exclusively on Netflix, it's designed to hit that sweet spot of Gen X nostalgia while proving Sandler can still swing. Heads of State. State is an Amazon MGM production premiering on Prime Video, directed by something Indian looking. It pairs John Cena and Idris Elba in a politically charged action comedy that mashes up campaign trail absurdity with explosive set pieces. And the Thursday Murder Club adapts Richard Osman's global bestseller with Chris Columbus of Every Movie You've Ever Seen fame, the director's chair, in an A-list cast led by Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, and Ben Kingsley. It's also a Netflix release clearly positioned as a franchise starter to rival Knives Out. No! Leave the memories alone! Critics are calling Happy Gilmore 2 a crowd-pleasing, if uneven sequel, praising Sandler's renewed energy, while noting the heavy lens on callbacks. Fans are split between This Is the Return I Wanted and Lightning Didn't Strike Twice. Heads of State has drawn reviews calling it big, brash, and surprisingly funny. Cena and Elba's chemistry is the centerpiece, with some critics saying it plays like a streaming era Rush Hour. It's not subtle, but it's fun in exactly the way Prime Video comedies aim to be. And the Thursday Murder Club is winning points for charm and faithfulness to the novel. Critics highlight the cast chemistry as the reason it works, even if the pacing meanders. Many are already predicting a franchise run. No!
Well, they're not going to leave him wanting more.
Leave him alone. He's already dead. To answer Erica's question, what ties them together is the theme of reinvention through unlikely teams. Happy Gilmore 2 asked whether a washed-up athlete can find new purpose. Heads of State thrives on Cena and Elba as mismatched partners who have to figure out how to make chaos work for them. And the Thursday Murder Club shows how late-in-life friendships become engines for clever reinvention and adventure. At the heart of all three films, the comedy and the drama of the second chances, the absurdity of teamwork, and the idea that you're never too old or too stubborn to find a new path forward. What do you think of that, Jesse?
Teamwork. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, never feel ashamed to ask ChatGPT to make up a reason why your films are related.
Well, hey, I'm trying to, piece the things together.
No, don't look at the dates that they were released and the amount and the time I had on my schedule to do this. Don't look at that. Look at these existential themes of teamwork.
Got it.
And
I get it.
Aging stars, perhaps.
Sure. Well, yeah.
Yes, well said. All right, let's get into Happy Gilmore 2. I don't remember if I saw Happy Gilmore 2 when it came out. I definitely was a little slow to come to Adam Sandler comedies when he left Saturday Night Live.
Oh, so you're talking about the original, you said.
Yeah.
The first Happy Gilmore. Okay.
Like, I don't think I saw Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore when they came out, because I thought they looked ass stupid and I was a snob.
Oh, man.
I started getting into Sandler around the time of The Waterboy, which I think is exceptionally funny.
It's funny.
And
good. She showed me her boobies.
The Wedding Singer.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
His remake, fucking Rob. of The Longest Yard, I absolutely love. I think it's hysterical.
I've seen that once.
Yeah, really, only once.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the few movies I'll watch on repeat. I think it's
Okay.
that funny. He broke it in my nose. Bob Sapp. Bob Sapp in the acting gig of a lifetime. What also made The Longest Yard really good was the amount of wrestlers that we're going to see. It's Steve Austin, Goldberg, Khali.
Yeah.
So it was like, if you're a big wrestling fan, and your other choice was Ready to Rumble, this was like, oh, good, I get to see wrestlers in movies. It's fantastic. So I watched Happy Gilmore recently. I did a whole TikTok on it. It's okay. It's better than I thought it would be, but I also think I'm in a different state of mind now to watch these than I was back in my movie snob days. Your first reactions really quick, and then we'll get into Happy Gilmore to the first Happy Gilmore.
Oh my goodness. I can remember where I was when I watched the first Happy Gilmore, and it wasn't at the theater. I didn't go to see it at the theater, which apparently had released like early 1996. So 96 was the year that I graduated. So it was the summer after I graduated. I went over to my buddy's house, and he's like, "We rented Happy Gilmore. You interested to stick around and watch it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I laughed and I laughed, and I would put this. Man, Adam Sandler has some really, really good movies. There's some that I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen Uncut Gems yet.
He's really good when it comes to oscillating between stupid, immature comedy and dramatic acting. And I'll tell you, like, some of his more middle of the road pieces, like Spanglish, I really like. Dude, he did one drama. It wasn't Uncut Gems. I'll look it up in a second, but I remember absolutely hating it.
Oh yeah.
It was so different than what he was doing at the time.
Gosh, man, I really am gravitated toward his comedic roles.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Gilmore is probably top 5 for me as far as stuff that he's done. And gosh, I can remember him back in Airheads. He wasn't the star of that, but he was part of the trio there. Which was a great movie. I remember following.
I'm not partner on a snare drum, man.
I remember, watching him, with Saturday Night Live, and kind of watching him graduate into films. Watching Happy Gilmore though it just seemed like it was such a fun time back in 1996.
Hang on,
yeah.
It was Punch Drunk Love.
Okay, you said you hated that. I've never seen it, but I've heard a lot of people say that they really liked it.
Oh my god, it drove me up the fucking wall.
Oh wow. Yeah. So anyway, I was excited when this was getting ready to drop because I knew though it would struggle holding a candle to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really curious if they could do something to keep me interested. And I think they landed on probably the only route that they could go as far as like really nailing the nostalgia for what happened in the original. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. So the basic premise of Happy Gilmore 2 is he became a successful golfer. He was after the first movie ends, he saves his grandmother's house and all of that. He stays on the PGA Tour for years and years. He marries the love interest of the first movie. They end up having, I think, like 6 kids total.
A lot of kids.
While he's out golfing, he fires a shot. It hits the wife in the head, kills her instantly, and then he gives up golfing.
Can we just stop?
Yes.
This is a horrible, horrible way to start this movie by killing off. Oh my goodness, I had her name here.
Julie Bowen.
Who
takes over from whoever it was originally.
Which I think was Julie Bowen.
No.
Take a look, son. I'm telling you the truth. It was a revelation to myself.
That's no way that's fucking Julie Bowen.
Take a look. Take a look. I didn't think it was either. And I was like, wait
Oh
a
my
second.
God, it's Julie Bowen.
I know, dude. I know. And
That does not look like her at all. Holy crap.
I know. I found that out too, because what had happened is I watched Rhett and Link, another YouTube show,
Yeah.
where they had her on there.
Was she in witness protection? I'll pull up a picture of her. She does not look like that.
I know. Yeah, I thought the same
change
thing.
in her facial structure from Happy Gilmore to fucking Modern Family is
Modern
night and
Family.
day.
That's and well, I saw the trailer for this and I was like, oh, they got the mom from Modern Family to play Happy's wife.
That's what I said. I was like, oh, that's a good catch. You got Julie Bowen. She's really popular now after Modern Family. Might as well have had Sofia Vergara for how much they looked alike.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we kill off his wife, and not only that, it's not like some horrible accident, a car accident or something like that. No, Happy kills her, which is no wonder he's a drunk in this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna put up a picture.
Yes,
this is a side by side. Okay, we're fucking doing it well.
Doing it well. We'll sing some more, guys. Get ready. Erica said no more singing. Sorry.
Erica's not in charge of this podcast.
Oh, sorry.
That is not the same woman.
I'm sorry, sir. Is she yelling?
Yeah.
I think I hear her yelling in the background.
Her face has definitely changed, like her facial features. Yes, that's what they call that.
She's aged. She's still a beautiful woman. Beautiful.
Weirdly, she got better. she's more attractive now than she was back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah, to kill her off, I did. That's probably one of the things that I didn't like about this. And this, as far as like absurdity versus darkness, is kind of like what Happy Gilmore 1 compared to Happy Gilmore 2 is. But you were in the middle of reading something, weren't you? I mean, were you before you?
No, I was doing the plot synopsis.
Okay.
So basically, he retires, and then I can't remember what I know. Oh, there's somebody is starting up a new hot crazy golf extreme golf league.
Mm-hmm.
And they want Happy Gilmore to be a part of it, and he won't do it. His daughter wants to go to a French ballet school. That's what it is. So everybody's kind of so the day he killed his wife, he died too. That's basically the setup.
Tune in to last night's episode of Source Material.
Yeah, it's referencing last night's episode of Source Material. He more or less died on the golf course along with his wife.
Yeah,
and
it's sad.
Yeah, and so his kids are just like, but don't be dead, Happy Gilmore. You should be alive and well in golf and be the best you that you can be. And his reason for listening to the voices in his head and the voices of his children are that he needs the money to send his daughter to ballet school. So he gets back on the tour again. He rehabilitates his golf game, but also he's being pursued by this extreme golf league, and it all leads to a challenge between traditional golf and new extreme golf, where they go one-on-one to prove which will last. Like if Happy's team wins, then that league shuts down. If Happy's team loses, then Happy Gilmore has to be part of Evil Extreme Golf. That's it. That's the whole premise of the movie. This is a warm slice of apple pie and a glass of milk. It is as familiar as the day is long. It's just the most common structure for a sports movie you could possibly do. This thing is entirely dressed up with typical Adam Sandler humor, immature gags, cameo appearances of plenty. Fucking Becky Lynch is in this.
Yeah. MJF plays one of his sons, doesn't he?
Yeah, MJF plays one of his sons. Just you throw a fucking golf ball, you hit a cameo.
Yeah. Or possibly a retired golfer.
Here's the thing: Adam Sandler got a big check from Netflix to do, give them movies, make movies for Netflix. And I can't knock the hustle. People like his stuff. I don't always love it. I don't always think they're good, but his Happy Madison Productions, they were the monsters responsible for Kinda Pregnant earlier this year. Like, he makes movies that go straight to Netflix. People watch them. They spend a few hours on the streaming service. Everyone's happy. He is not putting out high art.
No.
He made, he's not quite doing. So I can't remember if it was Adam Sandler or another person who some of his movies started to feel like they were laundering schemes.
Oh.
It might have been Sandler now that I think about it. What was the one where Al Pacino keeps doing ad reads for Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, I do not remember. It's not Anger Management. What are you talking about here? This is a movie that Sandler was in?
Yeah, it was a Sandler movie around the time that everyone said that he's no longer making movies. It was Jack and Jill, and it had to have been Sandler then, because that's about the time the Red Letter Media guys kept getting on his case for making money laundering schemes.
Jeez, criminy.
He puts his buddies in it. He definitely keeps his buddies working.
You know Sandler's buddies if you've seen like 3 of his films. I've seen that guy somewhere.
I think I saw an interview with Adam Sandler where he said that Rob Schneider got himself in trouble after COVID with the Hollywood elite and basically couldn't find work, so he put him in the movie because he's his friend. And he was like, and if people don't like me for it, then write me off. I don't care. If I have enough money, I'm doing fine. So the last thing I'll say, and I'll shut up so that you can talk about the movie. Adam Sandler still seems very grounded. Like, he seems to have his finger on the pulse of what the average person likes, and that's who he makes movies for. Does that make them all, good? No. But sometimes it doesn't really matter if it's good. If people are entertained by it and they're wanting light, thoughtless entertainment, Adam Sandler is just fine. As for Happy Gilmore 2, it's bright, it's colorful. I was mildly entertained for most of it. What your thoughts?
Yeah. Happy Gilmore 1 kind of broke ground, I think, for me. It made there's plenty of sports comedies out there, but you're going to be hard pressed to find one about golf. But Happy Gilmore was that, it was a riot, like I said earlier, absurd time. So with Happy Gilmore 2, how are we going to top it? What are we going to do? And you mentioned a warm slice of apple pie. There's a structure here. It's pretty familiar. I would also submit, it's a warm slice of memberberry pie, because plenty of that, just like you said, cameos. Pie. Nostalgia is huge. And I think when they made this movie, that was their, that was what they were thinking, is like 30 years have passed, close to 30 years have passed by the time this hits screens. And what's happened? Well, Happy's gotten older and things have definitely changed. And as back in 96, when I was 18 years old, there was so much different compared to what I am at 46,
Right.
There's a joke in here, I think, of what his happy place is, which is a bathroom that's just kind of nobody will bother him.
I think the original happy place was like the lounge chair, and Julie Bowen, who doesn't look like Joey Bowen, bringing him bringing
2 pitchers of beer.
Yeah.
And now that's changed, because as you get older, that's something that you kind of look forward to. It's just like, I was just a little bit of peace and quiet sitting in the toilet. But yeah, there was a lot I was worried about here. I think that it hits with nostalgia, although I believe it really leans too dark, in my opinion. But the nostalgia's there. Shooter finally shows up. Shooter McGavin. You're wondering how that's going to go down.
Shooter McGavin redeems himself.
Yes, he does. The villain becomes kind of like the sidekick or the partner here, which is great. Yeah. I kind of like that.
It's another formula. The enemies become, the enemies become partners, and help each other out to defeat the bigger enemy.
Yes. Another formula. But just like you said, Sandler's got that money to spend, and he's just having a good time with this. He knows that people are interested in this franchise going on, and he tried to do his best to make a good movie and, fill people's nostalgic cups a little bit here.
Mhm.
So let me ask you a question. What was your favorite cameo?
Oh, MJF as one of the brothers is fucking hilarious. They don't do enough with Becky Lynch. To have gone out of their way to have her in the movie and then really not use her, I thought was a waste. Looking at the
if you're looking at the cameo list, you're gonna scroll for a few.
there's obviously a lot of golfers, but I don't know who any of these people
Yeah,
are.
I was gonna ask you, are you a golf fan?
No.
Okay. Oh, so in my sheltered
I don't even bet on it.
uber Christian household as I was growing up, you remember me telling you about that. My
Yeah.
stepdad was a golfer. I picked up his love for the Cleveland Browns. I did not pick up his love for golf. Although some of those names sound a little familiar, I don't know anything about golf. However, there is a ton of golfers. Lee Trevino, I remember being in the first one. He's actually in the second one. And I remember him being, I think it was, he's famous for getting struck by lightning on a golf course, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
But I mean, easily for me, as far as cameos go, it's got to be Eminem showing up as the guy that Jackass, and then he's Jackass's son. I cannot remember his name, but anyway, Eminem showing up, and then the kids beating the crap out of him and throwing him into the lake, and then he gets killed by a bunch of gators. Was good.
Which cameo I really like? John Lovitz.
Oh yeah, he's only in there for like a couple minutes, but his delivery is hilarious.
He's the dapper man at the golf range.
And then is it Haley Joel Osment that's playing the villainous golfer here who's severed his hip ligaments?
Yes.
This is goofy, and it's definitely still absurd. I don't think as absurd as the first one hits for sure. There's just it's too leveled off by too much darkness. But I mean, essentially, I was like, how are they going to do this? Are they going to retread it again? We're going to have a tournament, blah, blah, blah. But no, what we now have is this huge golf course that's actually like a goofy golf course, practically. So I was like, okay, well, this is silly enough.
I'll tell you this. The one thing I did like about that was it is absolutely a commentary on how we treat sports now. Like, you're a football fan. Football has changed considerably in 30 years. And everything. There's such an active effort to make it more engaging for fans. To the point where, like, actually an even better comparison is when Vince McMahon created the XFL purposely because the NFL had gotten too stodgy and too stuffy. So he was like, we're gonna do like people can have nicknames on their jerseys. Like what was the one guy in the
He hate me.
He hate me.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Great stuff right there. Yeah, I think there's actually a LIV golf. I saw this when I was doing some reading earlier, which apparently has, I don't know if it's called the Live League or whatever it is, but it's 54 holes of golf. So I think they were, there's a bit of, I don't know, commentary, or I wouldn't say a shot or anything there, but just like you said, it kind of supports what you're talking about. Sports have definitely, let's get extreme, brother.
Yeah. You got it. It's a competition for eyeballs out there.
Indeed.
Okay, Robert in with this bit. Live Golf is the Saudi blood money league. Wonderful. Speaking of Saudi blood money, did you see WrestleMania is going to be in Riyadh next year?
Oh, yes, I did. It looked like a lot of people that were standing around while that was being announced were very excited and happy about that.
Yeah, with the guns in their back, absolutely.
Oh,
Whatever.
man.
You know, I said this on my TikTok, but on the one hand, Saudi Arabia is what's creating the opportunities for all these big money fights in boxing and other stuff to happen that wouldn't have happened otherwise. On the other hand, I don't love Saudi blood money.
Right.
But whatever. Back to speaking of Saudi blood money, Happy Gilmore too. I think the last thing I'll say about this,
Sandler blood money.
Yeah, Sandler blood money. I mean, like I said, I laughed. I thought, I think at the end, him finding his way back to life again. I think what it says about not letting grief, murder you, turn you into a zombie. Bubs' line from The Wire about it's okay to carry grief around as long as you make room for other things. It's a nice message of the movie. I mean, obviously, it's one that's been told many, many times in many different ways, including that one. But I think it works for this movie. I think everybody's having a good time. It's like if you're like Travis Kelce or Becky Lynch or somebody who got a cameo in this movie, like, oh, I'm in the new Adam. It's like when the Big Show got a movie early on in his WCW career. I'm in the new Hulk Hogan movie. Oh, are you? Or the new Schwarzenegger movie. That's what it was. He was bragging about. Like, I'm in the new Schwarzenegger movie. It was in like he plays like one of the Santas, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, was this? Wow, was this
Jingle All the Way?
Jingle All the Way?
Yeah.
That's right. He is in that. I forgot about that.
That's right. That's his big role in the new Schwarzenegger movie.
He's
he's the main
Captain
villain
Insano.
in the running. Like he's the main villain in the fucking Running Man or something.
Hey, look, if the resume has the Schwarzenegger movie on there, don't give the title though. Do not say Jingle All the Way. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. I remember that scene. I watched that. Oh my goodness, for the first time, like maybe 10 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, is that Big Show?" That's crazy. So Captain Insano and Big Mean Santa Claus.
Captain Tito shows no mercy.
Adam Sandler movies are so quotable.
Yeah,
I don't know how I've refrained from quoting so much from part one on this episode. I'm just, The Price is Wrong, bitch. There's so many great quotes from that first one. The second one doesn't have that.
No, the second one again is like the WrestleMania of fucking Adam Sandler movies.
Yes, right.
Like to the point where we're almost having a gimmick battle royal at one point. All right, anything else about Happy Gilmore 2? If not, I'm ready to move on.
Let's move on.
All right,
keep going.
Next
My goodness,
one.
Unbelievable.
John Cena. His name is John Cena. Da, 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 da. All right. Heads of State is a 2025 American buddy action comedy film directed by and you may have heard of from the following movies. He directed Nobody, which came out in 2021, and prior to that, he was the writer, producer, and cinematographer for Hardcore Henry.
Now, see, I've been wanting to watch that, and I haven't, and now I'm kind of like really curious.
From what I understand, if you're not careful, Hardcore Henry will give you vertigo and make you vomit on yourself.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's a first-person shooter movie.
All right. Yeah. I'll duly noted.
So anyway, it stars Idris Elba. He was in a show. I don't know if you know this or not.
Wait just a second.
It was on HBO, early 2000s.
Come on, help me out.
Oz, no. What a Crime Family. Sopranos, no.
Oh man, it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
It was with Wood Harris. Sex in the City, no. Damn it. What was it, Jesse? Early 2000s HBO crime show.
The Wire? Is that what it was?
Never heard of it.
Me either.
I thought it was Vinyl.
Yeah, it was Vinyl.
Anywho, they, as the UK Prime Minister as the US President, respectively, were forced to work together when they become the targets of a foreign adversary. Priyanka Chopra, Jack Quaid, Patty Considine, Stephen Root, and Carla Gugino also star. It was released worldwide by Amazon MGM Studios via Prime Video on July 2nd, 2025. It received generally positive reviews. A basic premise is John Cena is Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Chuck Norris or something. But he ends up becoming
Ronald
president.
Reagan.
Yeah. That's a good one. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah. He's a big-time action star who runs for president, becomes president. Honestly, I guarantee you this was written for The Rock, and he either didn't want it or didn't have time. And they were like, well, fuck him then, and we'll do John Cena instead. And The Rock's like, no! Could have been me.
No, Black Adam, no.
Doe. Yeah, I'm sure he said a lot of doe, Black Adam. So John Cena is this jockey, not quite ready for prime time, charisma 11 president. And then you have Idris Elba, who is a former operative, and he's the prime minister of England. He's a very serious fellow, and he does not take John Cena very seriously. And John Cena's like, but for why? I'm the president. He's like, because you're Donald Trump. That's why, you asshole. And he's like, no, I have serious thoughts. Take me seriously. Like me for my brain. And I'm like, no, sweet summer child. We only like you for your face and muscles. No one likes you for your brain. And that's true even in real life of John Cena. So anyway, it is advised to Idris Elba that he should take a Air Force One plane ride with John Cena. And John Cena is advised to take that same plane ride with Idris Elba. So there they are, up and away in their beautiful balloon. And they are attacked by terrorists. The least believable fucking thing in this movie, but sure.
Formula.
Yeah, so they are attacked by terrorists, and their plane goes down, and they are forced to parachute out, and they have to get to their embassy in Poland. So we get what amounts to a road picture at this point. The movie had started off with what the hell is her name again? Priyanka Chopra allegedly being killed on a mission. Turns out she's alive. And they hook back up with her, and she gets them to where they need to go. And it turns out the vice president's in on the gag, and everything's tits up and terrible. And at the end, there's a big fuck all action sequence where everybody gets to fight somebody, and they win.
Formula.
Heads of state. I will let you begin.
I love this movie. Of
course you did.
Of these three,
I make fun of Mindy for being a simple Appalachian woman. There's fucking Hee-Haw Jones over here.
Oh,
I love
right.
it. I like when John Cena punched the guy and his eye came out.
Oh my gosh, man. The action in this is filmed so it's hilarious on top of like action filled, and it's shot in a unique way. There are some sequences that happen in here that really, for me, stood out amongst all the streaming shows that I've watched, the streaming movies that I've watched. This one was good. This one was that
better or worse than G20?
Way better than G20. That's not a serious question. Okay, thank goodness.
Better or worse than Cleaner?
Oh, way better. I think, the first and foremost thing that this movie has going for it is the chemistry between Idris Elba and John Cena. John Cena is this doof that's trying to he believes everybody loves him, and he's trying to somewhat make nice with the prime minister as best as he can, although he oversteps a lot of times. And Idris Elba is like this Oscar the Grouch type guy who's just trying to,
you mean be serious, learned, professorial politician?
Yeah, sure. He's just trying to. He's also got some dirty
what
laundry
they're doing here, right? They're doing Tony Blair and George Bush.
Well, I kind of figured that's kind of what they were going for here. But yeah, these two are kind of playing off of each other, and they do it so well. I think the acting between, the chemistry between the two are great. I think that the action sequences, like I was talking about, are just stood out of the film because the way it was shot. There was even one moment there where they were talking about how they cut away from like this gigantic action scene at the end while Sam, the prime minister explains for a quick second how he got to where he was, where he stole a fire truck, and it just kind of shows how it all happened within like 10 seconds of him driving the fire truck and driving the fire truck into something. But anyway, it's a great, there's great moments like that make this kind of feel unique.
Mm-hmm.
The formula's there. This is dumb. This is a dumb movie. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying anything near a intelligence level of 2 is going to not understand what's happening in this movie. It's dumbed down. It's a lot of fun. There may be a little too much political thriller for some people, but really it's more action. It's more John and Idris punching people in the face, getting punched quite a few times. I mean, they take their own they get hit a few times. They're not like action movie stars. They're trying to just kind of get to where they're going. Although I guess Will Derringer is an actual movie star, action movie star. But regardless, it's just a lot of fun. That's all I wanted from this film, and I got it.
I like the fight scene when they land in whatever. I think it's Belarus.
The rave. The guys out there just dancing, like watching one dude dance, and
I laugh pretty hard at that. And given the amount of movies I've seen with Eurotrash and tracksuits, you know, and they're just fucking rocking out. That was good shit. I'll tell you the only thing about this movie I really like.
Okay.
I like the jock nerd thing that goes on between John Cena and Idris Elba. It's something I've talked about on my TikTok a bunch about, the idea of why can't the Spiro Agnews of the world get taken seriously? The people with the deep thinkers, the people with really good ideas, the people who really should be leading don't always have the charisma. They don't know how to unlock the hearts and minds of the people they want to lead. So they end up being advisors to people who are not as talented, definitely dumber than they are, but the Richard Nixons of the world, the JFKs, the George Bushes. Like, when you think about the amount of people who have ascended to positions of elected leadership versus the people they surrounded themselves with, who were infinitely more talented and smarter. And that's kind of Idris Elba's point with John Cena.
Sure.
Because John Cena is like, I achieved boss level. I beat the video game. And I saved Princess Peach. I got the crown. I win. I've earned respect by virtue of winning.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba's like, you won a popularity contest. Good for fucking you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning to do with this, position of power that you have? And it's like Idris Elba's whole thing about, like, I really worked hard for this. This meant a lot to me. There's a legacy involved here. There's serious business to be done. And I have to live in a world with you, with your dumbass. And if you broaden it even wider, not to get too political or too off topic, but like the amount of times over the last 20 to 30 years, there have been negotiations with the Israelis and the Palestinians, and at least one of those leaders is dumb as a brick.
Mm.
And they're just like the emotional intelligence of a plate of salad. And you're just like, if you would just evolve a little, just a little bit,
just a tiny bit.
Just if you could just see the forest for the trees just a little, we could get through this. And they're like, nope, I'm done with the shit. And I'm angry as hell, and I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler. Fuck. Because I've been, not that, but I've been the guy trying to negotiate and reason with people. And there are people who just stick their thumbs in their fucking ears and are just like, nope, I'm as shallow as a puddle of piss.
Yep.
And I'm not listening to you.
Right.
And it's like, but I have solutions that will help you. Fuck off. All right. And if you go and you look at the last little bit of the history of this country, did a whole thing on this, the consistently voting against your own self-interest because the other side is just so awful and failed in every way possible to connect with people and put out their ideas in a way that would actually, convince someone that they had the right idea. It's unfucking real. And that's Idris Elba's entire character and every interaction he has for the first 2/3 of this movie with John Cena. And I'll tell you, Jesse, that's the only thing that made it watchable for me.
Wow.
And the fight scene with the Belarusians.
You had to have dug the car chase at the end. Like, you didn't even like that?
It's not that I didn't like it.
Kickstart my heart?
Yeah, it was good shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was also watching a baseball game while I had this on.
Okay, all right. You are going to need to stop multitasking. Stop it.
But Jesse, there's so much sports to watch. I have FUBU. FUBU! I have FUBU now.
Well, you need to go get that checked out.
Oh.
Go get your poo-boo checked.
FUBU me, FUBU you.
I got a bad case of poo-boo.
You don't stop me from FUBU, and I FUBU all
FUBU. That's right. F-U-B-U. I'm sorry.
That's right. What you think I was fucking saying?
P-U-B-U for some reason.
You P-U-B-U. I don't P-U-B-U. I shall.
You don't P-U. B-U.
Jesse starts a P-U.
B-U.
My girlfriend says no more shit humor, okay? So no P-U for you.
My bad.
Anyway. It's all right. Like I said, it's better than G20, which is so dumb. It's better than
G20. Yeah, the thing is that Heads of State doesn't expect you to believe any of this. They expect you to come into this going,
everything I said about Happy Gilmore too, multiplied by 10. Heads of State.
Just come in here and have a good time. We don't expect you to believe anything. It's goofy. It's off the wall. It's action filled.
Neither of these two movies are going to make my worst of list. They're solid 5s on a 10-point scale.
All right.
But it's hard to get. It's like why I came up with the triple feature format, because some of this stuff is not really worth a big deep dive into. You know, like all the stuff with Idris Elba's character is about all I have to say about this movie.
Okay. Yeah. There's not really, you can't go any further into like unless you want to get into some geopolitical ramifications or whatever. But yeah, you don't even want to, there's no need for that. It's just a dumb, good time. That's all you need to do.
I
and
guarantee
all you need
people
to have.
listening to this stop listening after we stop talking about Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, I think it was after we started singing.
No, that's what brought people on. Everyone comes to hear me sing. Everybody.
Okay.
But I'm delusional. But it'll be funny later on when I throw this into Notebook LM, and it'll like select 10 minutes to tell the people about, and it's going to be me ranting about the eternal frustration of the smart people having to deal with the charismatic dumb people. And I almost guarantee you nobody watched Heads of State for that or retained that bit of information.
No.
Everyone's closer to your point of view of, I liked it when John Cena punched stuff.
It was fun.
Yeah. Idris Elba was in The Wire. Actually, not even. I guarantee you people are like, oh, I know him. He's from Sherlock. Or I don't even know what I'm talking about. I know him. He's in Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he's not Will Smith.
Not Will Smith.
And now playing not Will Smith in Suicide Squad 2, Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Wow.
All right, you ready to move on to the last one?
I am. Keep calm and carry on. Let's rock and roll.
All righty. The Thursday Murder Club, I was convinced was a comedy. I was lied to.
There are some funny parts in this.
I mean, there are, but
it is not. It isn't as funny as the other two we just talked about.
No, this is a bit of a genre whiplash, but that's all right because it's my favorite movie of the three. If this is a happy accident, kind of like the first movie we talked about. You get it? Happy accident. Happy Gilmore. Happy Madison.
Happy. Yes, indeed.
I did not. I would not have watched this movie had I not, been trying to keep up on these streaming movies and put it into this triple feature. This ended up being my favorite of the three. I adored the Thursday Murder Club because, as you know, Jesse, you may have known she was a dentist, but also, did you know I was a big fan of hard-boiled detective noir?
Oh, really?
I am.
Okay.
That's why I like me some Ed Brubaker.
You're going to have to explain the dentist reference.
Oh, really?
Yep. I just got a comment. Somebody sent me a comment and said, "Have Mark explain it."
Did they really?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
But
explain it for my dumbass, please. I need to know what the reference is.
Aren't you a wrestling fan?
I am, but you're going to say something? I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, but I need to know what it is.
2 words: Britt Baker.
Oh, that's right. And I think, if I remember correctly, she was going to school not too far from me, like West Virginia.
Well, did you know she was a dentist thing is two references in one.
Oh goodness. Okay.
So Britt Baker went to, I believe it was an NXT event that Adam Cole was on because they're banging.
Right? That's
yeah,
right.
That's right. And when the truck put the camera on Britt Baker, the chrono beneath her read, "Did you know she was a dentist?" And I fucking laughed my ass off at that.
Oh, wow.
Because at the time, she was getting a big push, and every fucking time she walked out, they had to point out she was a goddamn dentist.
Nice.
So, because of that, I don't know if you know this about me, Jesse, but I tend to latch on to a particular joke and won't let it go for ever.
This is news to me.
Yeah, no, you were unaware of the chicken noises that I make, or
true
other sound effects, purring at things. So anyway, poor Robert Cooper telling us about his ex-girlfriend and me making it a part of the show for the next year.
Right.
Hello, Natalia.
Hello, Natalia.
Still doing it 5 years later. Hello, Natalia.
They've been not together for a while.
She has not been a part of his life for quite some time. They have been broken up longer than me and Melissa. So, yet meanwhile, hello, Natalia. So anyway, I saw the "Did you know she was a dentist?" thing, and I laughed really hard at that. And then I would just chase people around my house going, "Did you know she was a dentist?" We went away. I think it was 2021. We went to a Club Med here in Florida, and we watched the St. Patrick's Day death match between, I believe it was Britt Baker and Santa Rosa, whatever the fuck her name is, and the entirety of that, we did a alternative commentary for it, my family and I. It's in the archives. Every other fucking minute, I'm just like, "Did you know she was a dentist?" I drove Lily right up the wall.
That does not surprise me at all.
She was so literal about it too. "Did you know she was a dentist?" Well, they need to take her license away. She doesn't need to be putting people on tax.
Well. Good I learned something now and derailed the podcast tremendously. Do you remember where you was at?
Nothing to do with the Thursday Murder Club.
None of them were dentists.
Not a single one. The Thursday Murder Club is a 2025 crime comedy film directed by Chris Columbus. If you don't know who Chris Columbus is, you haven't seen movies. He directed Adventures in Babysitting. He directed Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Love it.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Wow.
Rent. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, Pixels, Sir Robert Winfrey's Eternal Frustration.
More Adam Sandler.
He's got some early writing credits on Gremlins, The Goonies.
Oh, good movies. Good movies.
He wrote, directed, and produced 9 Months. So
it's been a while since I've seen that.
Yep. He also wrote, directed, and produced The Christmas Chronicles 2.
The second one.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
He produced and wrote, I'm reading this one just for you specifically, Christmas with the Crank, because that feels like a movie Jesse Starcher really loves.
That is my wife's favorite.
I knew
favorite Christmas movie.
Fucking
and we watch it
Appalachia.
We watch it every Christmas. Are you kidding me? Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, free Frosty, free Frosty, free Frosty. Free Frosty, free
I have
Frosty.
never gotten through Christmas with the Cranks. I'm still a snob.
Dan Aykroyd. Oh, my goodness.
No,
great movie. Great ending.
Chris Columbus is an absolute treasure in Hollywood. Has directed some of our favorite films, or at least wrote them. So he directed this. It's from a screenplay by Katie Brand and Susan Heathcote based on the 2020 novel by Richard Osman. It stars the Avengers, Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, Celia Imrie with David Tennant as the Doctor.
Dude.
Jonathan Pryce, Naomi Ackie, Daniel Mays, Henry Lloyd Hughes, Richard E. Grant, Tom Ellis, Jeff Bell, Paul Freeman, Sarah Niles, and Ingrid Oliver in supporting roles.
Jeffrey from The Fresh Prince.
That's right. Its plot follows a group of elderly amateur sleuths who attempt to solve a murder. The Thursday Murder Club premiered on August 21st in Leicester Square, London, ahead of its release on August 22nd in 30 select cinemas, and its streaming debut on Netflix on August 28th of 2025. It generally received positive reviews from critics. I'll be curious to see if this gets nominated for anything, seeing as it had a brief run in theaters. But the plot is there's a retirement home somewhere in England, and there's this retired group of elderly folk who are working on cold cases.
And can we just say they have to be rich beyond their wildest dreams in order to go to this freaking retirement home? I'd like to know what retirement home, how much it costs to stay there.
A pretty penny.
Mm-hmm.
So they are working on cold cases, and they need the help of a medical professional. So they happen to find one, and they give her preliminary, auxiliary, temporary entry into their little club because she can give them some medical expertise they don't have. But things start to pick up when it turns out that I just had his name, the Doctor.
The Doctor.
The Purple Man.
Oh, David Tennant.
Thank you. David Tennant, who is at least part owner of this retirement home. He wants to close it down. He wants to dig up the bodies of the burial site that's on the land, and he wants to make an event center out of it. And they're like, we live here. We have leases. No. And he was like, well, I'm rich and I'm white, so fuck off. And he has a partner who doesn't want to do that, but that partner ends up dead. So now we have the police investigating a murder, but they're all thumbs, don't you understand? And only our plucky gang of 97-year-olds can figure out the clues to solve this murder. And they are allied by Naomi Ackie, who is not a busy businesswoman who does not need no man. She actually plays a human in this movie. It's lovely. She's just brilliant as human person trying to get ahead in the police force. And is nice to Helen Mirren. It's great. What a character. Yeah. We are introduced to Lucifer, who is the son of Pierce Brosnan, who used to be a middleweight boxer.
Oh, yes. I was sitting there, I was like, wait a second, his name's not Lucifer, but then I got it. Yeah.
It was fun to see him in this, because I'm used to him as the suave Lucifer,
right?
And here he's just, Joe Punchy Face.
Right.
It's like, oh, here you can actually act. So our first he gets murdered, and then and we begin our investigation because they think it's David Tennant, and they can get David Tennant nailed for this murder, then they can save the mortgage on the farm. But as it turns out, David Tennant ends up getting killed. He's not the one that did it. So we have a misdirection, and we introduce a character who works the land for the owners, who is Polish, and he is kind of an illegal immigrant in England, and he forms somewhat of a relationship with Helen Mirren and her husband, who is going through the throes of, I believe it's Alzheimer's or dementia, one of the two.
Right.
So David Price kind of comes in and out of reality, and he ends up striking a friendship with him, and they play chess together. This will become important later. So this unravels like most mysteries do. More and more, the deeper they dig, the more things they find out, the wider the mystery gets, because now there's a third partner that nobody knew about, and he's a ne'er-do-well, and maybe he did it. Certainly seems likely. Oh, but also Joe Punchy Face is involved. He did work for them. Oh wait, my God, it's like only murders in the building. There's like 87 people that could have killed this. That could have committed these murders. Well, as it turns out, I don't know. Should I give it away?
Well, if you better give him a spoiler warning.
Spoilers for those of you who haven't seen this. As it turns out, it was our friend the Polak, and he did not kill the first guy purposely. It was an accident. The bad guys were basically holding his passport. He was not able to see his mother. He went there to get his passport. One of the owners was like, "No, I'd rather just keep you as a slave. Thanks. I have no interest in being decent to you." And they got into a scuffle. The scuffle led to an accidental death. And this is all admitted in the end. But along the way, they find out that David Tennant got killed by somebody during a protest.
It was John, the husband of Elizabeth's comatose friend Penny.
Right. And this all somehow links to the first cold case. That I thought was a really cool detail.
Yeah.
That if I remember correctly, that somehow that the death in the cold case is somehow linked to Penny and John.
Yeah, Penny was the one. So I think what had happened is somebody gets thrown out of a window.
Yeah.
And Penny was a former cop, and that's why she was a member of the Thursday Murder Club. And then she ends up going into a coma. And then when they do all of this, they try to figure out who killed Peter Mercer, which I think was the boyfriend of the girl that got killed. And it ended up being Penny because she knew that he was guilty and that he was going to get away with it.
And the way that she hid the body was she buried the body on top of a
coffin. And they found that when what's his name was digging in there to get things, whatever.
So they wouldn't have a poltergeist situation, because they had built a structure on top of a burial ground.
That can be an issue.
Yeah. You don't incur the wrath of ghosts.
Don't do it. That would have been taking this movie into a whole different direction.
Fucking Jonathan Pryce is peeling his face off. Oh God!
Swerve.
The horror.
Oh no!
I absolutely love this movie. I think Helen Mirren is just the picture of class and grace. What a wonderful actress she is. She bounces off well of Pierce Brosnan and Ben Kingsley. I think they all do just a superb job of, like Pierce Brosnan is usually another one who's very debonair, very suave. And here he's, Joe Lunchpail fucking doing like union protests and shit. He's really good at playing an everyman, which is different than what he normally plays.
No, right.
So all of that's really good. This is a really solid mystery. I mean, like, I'm not the world's best at figuring these things out. I tend to just want to enjoy the fucking ride. But maybe some people will have figured out. Though when Helen Mirren goes to sit with Bogdan, I'm like, he's probably the one that did it. And then turns out he was, but I wasn't completely committed to that idea. Right. In any case, I thought this was a really well laid out mystery. I'm not the world's biggest fan of movies starring seasoned actors and actresses the way this one is, but I thought this was handled really, really well. Is there a reason
why you're not a big fan that you could?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, I'm just not typically interested in the lives of elder people.
I got him to say it, folks. I got him to say it.
But dude, I'm not telling people I delivered a code red. I'm allowed to not like old people.
Oh, well, okay. I understand. I see what you're saying there. But yeah,
you can't handle the truth, Jesse.
I mean, all of these actors, actresses, they play off of each other so well.
Yeah.
And it's, just like you said, when this movie started, it was so funny because I was like, Helen Mirren, I had no idea who we were getting. I wasn't paying attention to the credits or anything like that. And just watching everybody, there's Ben Kingsley. Holy crap, there's Pierce Brosnan. Oh my gosh, it's David Tennant. I was like, this is going to be
the retirement home Avengers.
I've always loved David Tennant as an actor. I've always thought he's been great, and the rest of this crew is great as well. But yeah, I couldn't help but shake like The Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah,
just because that's been on my mind a lot, and that's okay. Or the Knives Out parallels, or whatever you want to do. The mystery's there, and these people are going to get together and try to figure it out, and that's kind of, that's the whole premise of the movie, and you're either going to dig it for that or you're not. If you're there for a murder mystery, this is going to deliver. But yeah, I think there's definitely this movie's not as funny as, it's not intended to be funny in any way,
like,
but
there's some mildly amusing shit in here.
right.
Like, and it's more of like there's just some really funny one-liners, like when Lucifer is getting questioned by the cops, and let's actually call him by his real name, Tom Ellis. When Tom Ellis is getting questioned by the cops, and Pierce Brosnan comes in as his dad to save him, and he's got the fucking suit on, and, and the cop's like, "Did you fucking get married in that thing?" He was like, "I did twice."
Yeah. And then he's like, he's trying to protect his boy from the cops, but then decides to make his boy confess as to what he actually did. Because he was trying to be
alibi. That's why he
right.
gave up the alibi to begin with. He didn't want to admit he was fucking, David Tennant's wife.
But as his lawyer at first, he's like, he doesn't have to answer that. And he's like, why don't you answer that? Which was hilarious.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I liked, I have to say, I really liked Helen Mirren in this. She's so, she plays a retired MI6 agent, and she's very confident. She's very composed. But she's not overbearing. Like, in the hands of lesser writers, I think both her and Naomi Ackie's characters are awful to watch, but they're handled pitch perfect. And again, it's another example of, no one had said we didn't want strong, capable women in movies, but write them well.
Right.
And here they did. Naomi Ackie as the, she's the cop bringing the coffee in the beginning of the movie, the tea, and she's just trying to do her job. And she sees that the Thursday Murder Club are competent, sane, talented people, and she just wants to do the right thing and solve a murder. It would be also nice if she, got the opportunity to prove herself as a cop, but ultimately it's about doing the right thing. Great. Wonderful. She's in no way shrill. She's not, a busy boss lady who don't need no man. Even her, even though she's paired with the one cop who's kind of a doofus, he even proves himself to be competent after a while. He's kind of burned out. Like, he kind of reminded me of like a British version of, what's the cop in Batman who's like always on the take?
Oh shoot.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who he's a big fat guy.
Yeah,
I cannot remember his freaking name, but I know.
But he's kind of like a more competent version of him, and even then, like, it's more of, I've been a cop for 100 years. I'm not going to be undone by a bunch of nosy busybodies.
Right.
Which is how cops would act. They don't want you taking the law. They don't want vigilantism. They don't want you taking the law into your own hands.
Yeah.
I did like, it was funny. There's a line about, like, what are you guys, like a podcast? That the true crime podcast of, like, helping out an investigation has become such a thing now in our culture that we're making fun of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll give you the last word here on the Thursday Murder Club, and then we'll close up shop.
I think one of the other themes you kind of mentioned up at the top of this was finding friends at an older age.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I should have.
Yeah, that was a theme that kind of stood out to me. While it's not, really heavy and in the plot here, we have the one lady who becomes a member of this club, and I think she just arrived at the retirement community, if I remember correctly. So she's trying to get her bearings and trying to.
I think her husband just died, is what happened.
Is that what happened? And
yeah, and then her daughter, who's like managing a hedge fund, put her in the home.
Again, very, very wealthy people here, because there's no way you should. The retirement home rooms that I've seen in my life, I mean, these are like legit homes inside this building. They're huge. But anyway, I know that I've got a few years before I'm going to be possibly in a retirement home, but I understand.
Think Mongo's gonna just like fucking take you in a wheelbarrow? Come, Dad. Go home now.
It time. Go
I'm
home.
not even 60, Mongo.
He just picks me up, puts me right in there.
No, don't fight it. Don't fight it, Daddy.
You go home now. But I think that I know that there's going to be a challenge finding friends at that age. It's granted, if I'm in a retirement home, it's going to be kind of forced upon you. But I remember hearing about, I say forced upon you, you're going to be within
Sentenced.
you're going to run into the same people a lot for a little while, and then they go away. But boy, that got dark. But yeah, I mean, I remember hearing a podcast not too long ago talking about like how when you're young, you have all of this in front of you, going to school, going to college, and you have all of these new friends that you can make. And then for the last 20 years, 25 years now in my life, I'm not going out and meeting other people. You don't have that anymore. You are pretty much work, home. And unless you are specifically going out to the bars or maybe church or whatever or something like that,
Swinger party house.
I mean, I'm not going to ask.
Clothing optional resort.
Okay, I will ask. Do you have like people that you friendly stay in touch with that you met throughout that whole process?
For a little while, not as much anymore, more by choice of not wanting to necessarily be part of that community anymore. But
Sure.
For a while, that was all of my friends.
Okay. I am, I'm that I'm about as homebodied as somebody can be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going out of the basement more than I am out of the house. But at some point you want to have new connections. You want to make friends. And as you get older, it's just harder to do that. It's harder to do that unless you're a very social person. And, I've got the same like 3 or 4 friends that I've had for the past, 10, 15 years, and that's it. So as you go forward and you get put into new situations, new places, it's interesting to see the challenges that are out there to get new friends. And I think Thursday Murder Club doesn't exactly shine a big spotlight on that, but it's there. There's a bit of
I think you didn't go in the direction I thought you were going to go into, because what I keyed into was how you have to stay active. Just because you're elderly, it's hard to get around physically, doesn't mean like your brain still works. I talked about this when we reviewed X. Your brain still works. Your brain still requires new stimuli, and they talk about like Alzheimer's and dementia as like inevitable things, but there's a lot of research out there about if you keep active, introduce new stimuli, give yourself purpose, meaning, all of that, you can stave off a lot of the natural deleterious effects of aging. And that's part of what makes the Thursday Murder Club that much cooler for me. It is these people from disparate walks of life who are coming together because they have a common interest, and they have to use a puzzle to solve.
Yeah,
they have to use their brains. Going back to like what made these what connected these films. Think about what I said about Happy Gilmore too. Like when he killed Julie Bowen on the golf course, he died too, but his body still lived.
Mm-hmm.
But his soul was gone. He had no reason to keep. He went on. He moved on just enough to make sure he could raise his children, and that was his only. I don't know how this feels. That's his only reason for getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
And then so shifting over to this Thursday Murder Club, where they're not dead yet. They still have life and look at what at the very end of the movie, confirmed bachelor Ben Kingsley ends up with the new lady, the cake baker.
Yeah.
She's showing him pictures of her husband, and they're like holding hands. It's like you never. There's so much talk about like the male loneliness epidemic and everything. I've been writing a lot about this on TikTok as of late. Like, let's not lose connection with each other, because that's what's gonna kill us. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be bombs. It's not gonna be war. Those will help, but it's gonna be our lack of connection with each other. And if I hear one more fucking story about somebody trying to marry ChatGPT or their fucking chatbot, like I'm gonna join a terrorist organization. Like, technology or tools that's there for us to use. Certainly, I do all the time. But it's not it's not supposed, as much as I used to joke about this, it's not really supposed to replace human contact.
Right.
And I understand the world's a shitty place and people are frustrating and everyone's disappointing and, and we're all married, except for Jesse. We're all married 3 times. Everyone betrays us. But just keep hope alive and keep connected to people. Just maybe make some better decisions. Don't make the ones I made. So,
Well said.
Take that, ChatGPT. All right. Anything else about the Thursday Murder Club?
Nope. We covered it.
All right. So, last comment in here from our friend from Europe. I've never seen a movie about golf other than Happy Gilmore. Really? Nobody saw, what's it with fucking Will Smith?
Legend of Bagger Vance.
Yeah, Legend of Bagger Vance. There's a golf movie. You know what? I'm going to, hang on.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
I
1
can't
and
believe
2.
that went right through my brain. Didn't even think of that one. That's a funny movie. I've never seen the second one. I've seen the first one.
We're fucking doing this.
It's golf movie time. Let's see what we got.
All right. List of sports movies.
No respect.
Uh,
Are you went just sports movies? You didn't just go list.
No, well,
movies?
there's no specific one for golf.
No. Oh, no. I got you. Okay. What other golf movies? Tin Cup.
That's right.
Tin Cup with Rene Russo, I believe, and Rene Russo. I'll roll my R's, and then Rene Russo.
Rene.
And not Dustin Hoffman. Oh my gosh, so far away from Dustin Hoffman. Kevin Costner.
Starting from 1915, fuckers.
1915.
Golf Mad, which definitely needs a remake.
Yeah, let's put it on a triple feature.
In 1922, Golf, West of Broadway, Spring Fever, Love in the Rough, which is what we call it at the Springer Park.
Yeah, just do something with a golf club there, if I remember right.
Right in the old hoo-ha. The Golf Specialist, Part-Time Wife. I'm going to refrain from making it.
Wait a second. Check your list.
Follow Through.
Okay.
Follow the Sun, Pat and Mike.
Okay.
The Caddy, Banning, Once You Kiss a Stranger, Babe. Now we're into 1980. Caddyshack, Dorf on Golf.
Dorf. Oh my goodness.
Caddyshack 2, Dead Solid Perfect. Dorf's Golf Bible.
There's going to be a lot of Dorf down here, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of Dorf films.
Den Offerlige Golfaren, The Man with the Perfect Swing, Happy Gilmore, Tin Cup, The Tiger Woods Story, National Lampoon's Golf Punks, Miracle on the 17th Green, The Legend of Bagger Vance. God damn it, pal.
Yep.
A Gentleman's Game, Par 6, Birdie and Bogey, Bobby Jones' Stroke of Genius, The Greatest Game Ever Played. Who's Your Caddy?
Who's Your Caddy?
Who's Your Caddy is a 2007 movie with Big Boy, Lil Wayne, and friends at the golf course.
No.
Wonderful.
No.
Fairway to Heaven.
Oh goodness.
The Back Nine. Hole
in One.
Hole in One. Golf in the Kingdom. 7 Days in Utopia. From the Rough. Arthur Newman. Becoming Redwood. The Short Game. See, Hit It Hard. Yeah, buddy.
Okay. All right. We now have to at least pull 5 of those and be like, okay, these are definitely porn film titles. There has been more than 5, at least that I've heard so far. Tommy's Honor, Freaky Ali, and the Phantom of the Open. Well, okay. So I've probably seen or at least heard of a 10th of that list.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I mean, you're not a golf fan. I already said I'm not one. It's a select audience. So to make a successful film about golf, I'm sure it's a challenge.
Okay, so my man here has dropped 87 comments as I started reading that list. Yes. Have you guys ever tried golf? Yes, many times.
Nope.
Most recently, I took my kids to Top Golf a couple of years ago, and we hit a bucket of balls. And speaking of, they have to improve on everything and make things bigger and better. Now it's not just hitting a bucket of golf balls. you can turn it into a video game. So like it tracks the ball and does things virtually. You can play Angry Birds. I know you're not like about going out and doing stuff, but you should really take your kids to Topgolf and let them do the Angry Birds game. It's fucking hilarious.
I have played a lot of video games that involved golf. One of the most played ones that I had was Hot Shots Golf on PlayStation 2, I think, and love that. But there was also Mario 64 Golf, if I remember correctly, or it was Super Mario Golf. I can't remember what it was called, but it was before.
My favorite memory of taking my kids to go play Topgolf was my daughter being a sped and missing the ball twice. And on the third time, there was a big crack of lightning, and she threw her golf club and ran for it.
Listen,
I captured that on TikTok.
You don't really? That's great.
Yes.
That's great. You don't want to mess around with lightning and a freaking lightning rod in your hand. So
it would have been something for her to have been hit with it. Considering we were, covered. But anyway, I used to play a little with my dad. My dad's a big time golfer, at least he was. Who knows what he's doing these days, being almost 80. But he would go golf, especially since he's been retired for the last 20 years. He's played a lot of golf. Like it's almost like a daily thing with him. My dad and my grandpa and I hit buckets of balls. So, I've played a lot of miniature golf.
Yeah, I was gonna say miniature golf. Yeah, I've never swung an actual club, so never been out there to do anything.
It's fun.
On an actual golf course.
Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily play real golf. I've done that. It's boring. But
a lot of walking.
But going to hit a bucket of balls with family and friends, that's fun. That never that's a good time at the park. And there's beer and food and everything's like going to a club now. And apparently going to clubs suck. I don't know if you've seen that lately. There's
oh really?
There was a story recently. This will be the last thing I say. That they opened a club just for girls and it closed after one night because none of the girls bought alcohol. Wah wah.
They're waiting for somebody to buy it for them.
That is yes, that's Jesse.
Is that the joke?
That's what was implied. Yes.
Well, shoot.
Thank you, John Cena. You can't see Jesse.
Nope. I can't see the punchline.
All right. Well, folks, that's our triple feature of streaming movies, streaming comedies, or almost comedies. It's all good shit here on the Radulich Broadcasting Network. But all is not bleak in podcast land. Tomorrow, if you've been missing Damn You Hollywood, you're like, where's Robert? Where's Mark? Why aren't we doing Damn You Hollywood? Well, because Alexis is doing Damn You Hollywood this week, and her and Robert will be talking The Long Walk, a Stephen King adaptation. And you're like, but where's more Jesse? Is Jesse going to be back? Yes, Jesse will be back Wednesday, and this time he'll still be with Alexis, and they'll be doing Stranger Things 2. And then I'm back in the saddle again, by God. I'll be reviewing Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 with David Wright and Kat Scott. When we did plugs last night, I didn't tell you what I did last week. So the new Fra Diavolo Holidays Are Hell album is out. By the way, I love the comments I'm getting on TikTok about it. It's all about people complaining about the holidays.
Is it really?
Not a single thing said about the music or me. And I gave them like a solid 3 minutes of me acting like an asshole on camera. Not a word about it.
Wow.
But, their commentaries about how terrible holidays are all over it. And one person said my AI cover was terrible. The album cover. I'm like, well, yeah, duh.
Did you do the TikTok with the red Santa hat on? Because they would have lost their shit.
Next reaction, I will have a Santa hat on.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, don't force it. Don't force it until it's holiday time.
When I force it, it goes in. So.
What was it? Something Getting Wood? What was the name of that golf movie?
Getting Wood. The Back Nine. That's what it was called.
You can pick 5 of them, I'm telling you.
Wonderful. Anyway. So, in addition to which, Jesse and I have been doing a lot of triple features this month. We did Predator, Killer of Killers, The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep, and Love Me. That was a week ago Sunday.
It's like one of these things are not like the other.
And then Robert and I did Queen of the Ring F1 and Magazine Dreams because again, September is catch up month. And then last Thursday, Erica did her first podcast. Jesse, have you seen it yet?
I have not had a chance to listen or see it yet.
Well, she's going to be mad at you, and now she's going to find you on social media and bombard you with texts and videos of birds in her neighborhood. That
Birds?
Snack, crackle, pop. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
my girlfriend is crackle pop.
Like, do you remember like the old lady from The Last Unicorn with like the twigs and shit in her hair?
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's Erica.
Oh, okay.
And she runs around her neighborhood getting video of strange birds. And then she names them after breakfast cereals.
And now I'm going to be victim of these videos. She's going to be sending them to me.
She's going to insist that you watch the Steel Magnolias because it's the best podcast I've ever done because she was on it.
Gotcha.
You see how that works?
I do see
she's
how
like
that
the female version of Jason Teasley. Hi-yo!
I don't have to face her face to face after this. You do.
No, I don't. It'll be face.
Look at.
Anywho, and then Saturday, myself and Evan Bevan had ourselves a comic strip. We talked Nimona. Have you watched Nimona yet?
No.
You should watch Nimona. It's really good.
What is? Can just give me like the 5 seconds.
Well, the book is about a shapeshifter who teams up with the local villain, who's not really a villain, and like hijinks ensue.
Okay.
And then the cartoon is, and there's a lot of like queer elements to it. So I did this very queer fantasy book with ally of the LGBTQ community, Evan Bevins.
Good to your mother. Some
language, Evan Bevins. The first 20 minutes of that podcast is like fucking Hannity and Combs.
I'm gonna have to listen.
It's good stuff. Like Evan is a cool dude. I have nothing bad to say about Evan. And he started off that. I immediately was like, so, Evan, how do you like the fact that I strap you down and make you watch gay shit? How do you like it, Evan? You like gay shit, Evan? Huh? Do you? And he's like, I accept their existence, Radulich.
Love Evan.
I wanted him to set the book on fire on camera.
No, Evan is never
No,
going to do anything inflammatory whatsoever.
Or with flames.
That's true. He does not like fire.
No. No. Evan's a cool dude. Evan's great to work with. He's a solid co-host on comic strips. So it was a lot of fun. That Nimona episode we did was really, really good. Had a lot of
awesome.
fun. We had a really good conversation. Anyway, so I think I was talking about next week. Yeah, we have the Metal Hammer of Doom this Sunday. We're talking Paradise Lost. Next week is him. Myself and Harry Broadhurst will be doing an Indie-Siders. We'll be looking at Beyond Wrestling American Rana. And then myself and Robert will be doing a triple feature possibly with Mick and Gavin. And we're catching up on more movies, Drop, Echo, and Echo Valley, and Sinners. Because why not talk about the one movie everyone liked from like April in September? See you in September.
Wake me.
Our podcasts are 90 minutes because our plug section's 30 minutes. We stopped reviewing movies 30 minutes ago.
Beautiful. Throw it into Suno.
Yes. The plugs that delay me. All right. Go ahead and do your plugs there.
Nice. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I got 3 podcasts that I usually do. One of them is called Source Material. Me and Mark just recorded one last night. Should be right?
We talked about gay chicken. That's what we talked about.
Yes, we did. I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but hey, I went along with it. Day Tripper is what he's talking about. We had a good discussion about 10 issues. Yes, there's the book right there. 10 issues all about death and making the most of life. So if you get a chance, check that out. I also do a podcast called Unspoken Issues where we talk about 90s comics all the time. And last episode, me and Chris Armstrong got together and discussed Spectacular Spider-Man number 185, where he got to hang out with Leapfrog and Frogman. and the White Rabbit and the Walrus. That's right. So if you, Kook, and he actually says that in that book.
Nice.
Spectacular Spider-Man number 185. And then, of course, Snap Material. We mentioned Evan Bevins earlier. He helps me out on that one. We get together and we talk about Marvel Snap, which is the mobile card game on your mobile device. If you play that, you might want to check us out. Give us a listen. We talk about last season, previous season, top fives, where we discuss most recently the top 5 cards that remind us of football. So if you want to give that a listen, give it a listen. It was a lot of fun. And that's all I got.
He's done talking now.
Indeed.
All right, folks, thanks for joining us here on Triple Feature. Jesse, always a blast. For Jesse Starcher, I'm Mark Radulich. Be well, be safe, and behave.